This is Matt Donnelly here at TheWrap's 2017 South by Southwest studio at the Plexus Lodge in Austin. We're thrilled to welcome feature director Giancarlo Esposito and his star Josh Duhamel for This Is Your Death. Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you so much. Honored to be here.
Yes, thank you for having us.
You're a little popular. I think you know that. I think people are very excited for this debut of yours. Tell me just sort of where this idea sprung from, and it's sort of timely. It's got a very timely resonance, I think, too.
Well, I first read the script about 7 years ago, and I really liked what it was saying. I related to one character in particular, which was Mason Washington, who was struggling to find himself in a world that was moving too fast. Couldn't support his family, couldn't do all these things. Oddly enough, at that time, or maybe not oddly, the synchronicity was that I was in the same boat. I was recreating myself as an actor and trying to find work as a director. So the film came to me from my producers and Kenny Yackel, who was the original writer, and I thought, oh, this is like really timely. It spoke to the essence of who we are as human beings and trying to find out who we are in this very modern world. All of our technology that we pay attention to, all of our news that tells us what to do and what to say, and I thought to myself, well, you know, what do we listen to really? When do we start listening to our insides? So the script needed some work. I did a bunch of rewrites and started to figure out what is the trajectory of the movie. We want to follow one person who has hope, loses faith, and then comes back again. So there were a lot of elements that attracted me to the film, but what I think that the major element is we're in a world now that's very, very, very particular and very peculiar, and how do we stand up and really celebrate life and celebrate humanity.
It's interesting. So 6 years ago, I think that our whole culture has escalated, especially digitally, and look at comparable stuff like Black Mirror, even something fantasy like Hunger Games. Why is it so easy to take the tech space and go sort of bleak, as opposed to like using it to monitor your blood sugar or your refrigerator talks to you? Why do you think that sort of lends itself to a darker matter?
Well, I think in general, there's something about technology that scares us all because it's moving so quickly. Obviously, there are many benefits to technology, which, what would we do without our cell phones? I mean, I'm a lost little puppy without my cell phone.
I'm nervous right now not having mine.
It's just right over there. You're going to be okay. But, what really struck me about this was our obsession with fame and our obsession with reality TV and where it could go. And I remember reading this thinking, this is so crazy and provocative, yet this could actually happen. The content of this movie could actually happen, this reality show, which is actually scary. And so I remember talking to my agent about it. There were two agents, one that gave it to me and the other two, or my manager and the girl that I normally work with, they're like, I don't know, I think this is too dark and too risky. I was like, but I love it, we gotta do it. And Giancarlo's doing it. So that was kind of the thing. I sort of went against what they wanted me to do, and I'm really glad that I did, because the movie is provocative, and it has it's a real commentary on where we're headed.
So did you seek any advice? I mean, I'm sure that you have such a body of work, and I'm sure advisors would just get prepping to direct this. I mean, who did you?
Well, my advisors are my family. I have 4 beautiful daughters and a very smart former wife.
So filmmakers, right?
Yeah, my youngest is a really profound and prolific filmmaker. Actually, she won the Austin Youth Film Festival. So I did seek some advice. The first concern for me was to make a film that tracked a person. So I had to rewrite and find my Adam Rogers and find someone who had that personality that could bring this to life.
Somebody lacking depth and soul.
Savvy narcissist.
Like, who is that? That's Josh. That's gotta be Josh.
But when I gave it to my manager, basically I had 4 other scripts besides this, and they said get rid of them, and all of them. And I said I can't get rid of this. There's something about this story that really is relatable for us as human beings. Technology is a tool that we use. Your computer's a brain that doesn't shut off. If you know how to hit the button, then you can turn it off. So I was really interested in the idea that whenever a chirp comes, we're moved and we're rocked to go look, and we can't help ourselves. And that's our way of feeling, connecting to other people, yet also kind of validating ourselves. If we have a lot of likes on Facebook or Twitter, we're like, all of a sudden I'm somebody else. And I know what it's like to be an actor, and I'm finally getting to a place where I'm over myself as an actor. So I want people to understand that these tools, these electronic tools that we use, can be used for good. Then they can can be used to change the world, as opposed to just being used to, like, I look at some of my daughters and they're looking at the phone, and it's all of that love affair, which is fantastic. But so I tell them, I finished doing a movie, I cover the mirrors in my house. I don't want to see myself. I'm so sick. I'm so over me, What is our idea of entertainment in this place that we call America? What is our idea of it? My idea is to go back to some storytelling, because it allows your imagination to work, to go back to some really strong stories that allow us to think, entertain us, yet think about where we're at in the world. That's what I think this movie, This Is Your Death, is. My 13-year-old Ruby, profound filmmaker, at 9 years old, she called her mother, freaking out. She'd gone online and seen something that she shouldn't have seen. And she was honest enough with herself to call her mom and say, I'm really flipped out. And it led to a conversation that we had to have with her, both on the mother's side, because Mama doesn't live with her, I do, and then on my side, about protecting herself, right? Like, because in our world, everything's available. And you have to know how to, modulate and your viewing habits, and be careful about what you're seeing. We're bombarded all the time. Go shopping with all my girls in the mall. I go make choices for them, and I have to go out. Why? Because the music is telling me what to do, what to buy, how to feel, and I can't take it. It's a vexation to my spirit. So when we get a little more wise about what we're taking in, and what the message is, and what we should be seeing or not, that story rocked my world, changed my life. And I had a conversation with her saying, you have to be responsible. Right. And so that's part of what led to me sort of making this movie in this way, because it was a firsthand personal experience with a child who really acknowledged and recognized, oh my God, I didn't need to see that. Why did I do that? And now you have to get it out of your head. Once you take something in, it lives with you in your spirit.
It's there.
It's there, man. It's imprinted.
You can't unsee something.
Oh God. Well, hopefully no spiritual vexation with this debut. All our congratulations. Thank you so much for your time. It's for sale. Someone buy it. And
Please
thank
do.
you. Congrats.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for having us.